Batisi TV, Lone Rashapi, the Frank Motors, Kajaka Dekali Gabatamai, Junka Tata Motors, Halatko, Ni Shillong, Rinkat Bakanet Foodish, Ordar Mapi, Ninwan Ramani, Hakir Dobiying Jompi.
Myntri ke Sorkar Pdeng ubapet jika Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment Dr. Virendra Kumar hakas ngi baar jong ka khatnyo tarik ubna jemang arajara arpuar unsa pli paj ba ya jing trekam jong ka Composite Regional Center kabadan ha Montfort Building dhan keti Shillong naga benta ban jing hikai jing sumar bat penkup bor ya ki bre ki badan jing duna ha ki khot men Hakajing Plie yang ke center ansa sakilang da ke menteri kena jong ke Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment ke Pratima Bhomik. Menteri ke Tanat Social Welfare ke Sorkar Jilla uba Kermen Shilla ke MLA jong ke East Shillong Constituency ke Dr. Maisel Amperin Lingdo bat kiwai di ki Head Officer jong ke Tanat Social Welfare bat kiwai. Kini ke Composite Regional Center kandai ke ba arpu wei ban Plie hanong ba Shillong bat dangshen ke Sorkar Meghalaya kala ai Jakaru hado shipho akar ha Sauli New Shillong Township na ke benta ban shna yegni ke center.
The weakest section of the society is the person with disability. Article 15 also says that we do not discriminate based upon caste, creed, gender, place of birth, but disability was missing there. But we have this RPWD Act and RPD Act who have brought in both of these concepts of equality, empowerment, equal participation in a very big way. But how to translate it? To translate this empowerment of persons with disability, we need to establish certain institutions, and these institutions should be composite in nature. That means all the disabilities, may be a person with locomotor disability, intellectual disability, visual disability, hearing disability, speech disability, they all should be addressed from one point. So that is the most essential thing. So such conceptions are brought into action through the composite regional centers. There are some 21 regional centers which have been established, and we are proud that one of the composite regional centers is established in Shillong. The government of Meghalaya was very proactive in terms of giving us space, in terms of getting the services known in and around, getting a piece of land worth 10 acres in New Shillong where the permanent building of CRC would be established and constructed. So this way the Composite Regional Center would be addressing the lifespan need of people with disabilities. It has been functioning since the month of June 2021, but we are formally inaugurating it, and soon we will be having its permanent building also.
The inauguration of this Composite Regional Center would be a milestone for all of us, especially for the state of Meghalaya, where services of different kind is being given, but this is something of a different kind, where for the first time the government has been kind enough to have also the land given to them, 10 acres at Saudi. So very soon they might be starting with in a land allotted to them. So I think bigger services might be brought in along with this. So we are very lucky that way. Like from the initiative of the Office of the Commissioner of Disabilities, this initiative has come in to this day. I would appeal everyone to come forward to take this opportunity, whatever this Composite Regional Center is giving, to kindly come up and avail the services.
The Composite Regional Center would be providing services for all the disabilities. There are 21 types of disabilities. So if overall if you see, then what would be the challenges? The challenges would be in terms of moving from one place to another. The challenges would be in terms of seeing. The challenges would be in terms of hearing. The challenges would be in terms of processing things. 4 major things or combination of these things. So we have all the professionals under one roof. For example, if a person is having issues of locomotion, we have the physiotherapist, the occupation therapist, the prosthetic orthopedic engineer. If a person has hearing issues, the audiologist is there. Speaking issues, the speech therapist is there. Reading and writing issues, the special educator is there. Psychological issues, the clinical psychologist is there. If the person has to be trained on certain trades and jobs, the vocational instructor is there. So if you see this way, almost all the professionals which are there to address the needs of people with disabilities are available under one roof. And that is the great thing about the Composite Regional Center. So almost all the services will be available. On top of that, the government has a ADIP scheme in which they assist people in terms of providing free aids and appliances. May it be a hearing aid, may it be a crutch, may it be a tricycle, may it be a wheelchair, may it be teaching learning material to people with disabilities so that they can cope up better. So we do the ADIP distribution, free of cost, aids and appliances distribution in this Composite Regional Center also. Tomorrow we will be doing it for approximately 65 odd beneficiaries. That Madam can...
Yes, we do have the data around 2011 census. There is 44,000 plus odd people, and out of this, around 60% of the these disabled cards have been distributed through what is called the UDID. So that is one of the major issues we still need to tackle for the full coverage of that.
Ma'am, can you also...
just to add on to that, that is 2011 census is as per PWD, Persons with Disabilities Act. In that there are only 7 disability. But as per RPWD Act, or the Rights of Persons with Disabilities Act, it is 21. So maybe a new census will reveal much more number of persons with disabilities because it has been scaled up 3 times. So new disabilities have come into the picture. So the figures will be much more than what we perceive now.
There are various schemes. For example, the common thing what people have been availing on a large scale is the Chief Minister's Special Assistance Program. Then we also have at the block level where from the central ministry they grant disabled persons a monthly stipend of the amount. And also when it comes to education sectors, there are various grants, allowances being given, opportunities being given, free textbooks, uniforms, then conveyance allowance. These are the various schemes in different sectors what the state is implementing.
And I would like to add this thing. There is central scholarship, central merit scholarship that for PWD entire amount including hostel fees is reimbursed. And I would like to add one more thing is this all the CRCs comes under National Institute. We have 7 National Institute, and one for hearing, one for visually impaired, one for multiple disabilities. Like that 7 institutes are there. In that we comes under National Institute for Empowerment of Persons with Multiple Disabilities. We have under NIEPMD we have 3 CRCs. One CRC is Kozhikode, another CRC is Shillong, and third CRC is Shillong. We are very proud to have Andaman also we have CRC, and we are very happy that Shillong is allotted to our NIEPMD, and we eager to collaborate with all state agencies as well as press to improve ourselves. That is we are doing now. We are calling you and we are telling we are opening a center here, and Madam is there to guide us, right?
Basically, it's to do with the awareness programs that we all have. Now, with this SRC coming into play, the State Resource Center for Disability Affairs, so they have been making an effort, at the level best to bring in together, these people who are yet to register themselves as a fresh candidate for getting the certificates, or maybe for renewing the old certificates that they have been giving. So along with that, we have been trying to get across to people on the awareness of what kind of schemes they can avail at different departments for health, for education, or at the Office of the Social Welfare. These are the different targets like we have it when we go to the block awareness programs. We have gone for these calculations. We have the records going by the earlier disability certificates that has been given. So right now we don't have the exact figures, like unless they come forward, get themselves certified. So we are very confirmed only on when they get the certificate with them. So we are still to get more of this. Unless we have these UDID cards in hand, we shall not be able to, have the concrete figure, like under which category you'd like to put them into. Concentrating on that, that is why we are asking them forward to come for the renewals. Some of them, the certificates may not be valid anymore.
As in?
And for example, maybe like, when it comes to maybe like, how to say, the eyesight.
If we get improved eyesight,
yes,
then yeah,
yes.
okay, cool.
So
If
we
they are
have the
cured,
benchmark of the 40%. So they have to enter into that category of 40% to have the UDID card given to them.
okay, so do we have a record of how many IDs have been issued? No.
Right, we have.
You have?
So we have the record. If you wish to check, you can get it from the State Resource Center for Disability Affairs, who is getting the implementation done for the UDID project.
Previously it was 7 disabilities, now it has become 21 disability.
Bringing them into different categories. More into a detail.
Because it is as per the RPW, rights of persons with disabilities.
That is why the challenges are involved. One thing is, we can use the Anganwadi workers to go for a kind of campaign to all the districts, madam. And another is, they have to come forward. They have to come forward.
I just would like to add, under the services being provided under this, as a community mobilizer for identification, we have what is called the multi-workers, rehabilitation, workers at the own community based. So these are being taken care of by this State Resource Center for the Disability Affairs, wherein, workouts for identification and the different programs they have to bring in, picture into play. So that is being worked out. Even the door-to-door step delivery of these cards through the social welfare is done being through them. So that way, understanding that our, poor postal system in our place. So even if they have to have these certificates, somewhere down the line it gets, lost. So they are not able to get into their hands. So we have made a special arrangement like this MRWs and the CBRWs, who are the, the ground workers at the village. They give a door-to-door delivery of these cards. That is one unique thing like Meghalaya has done for now.
Disability is something which should not be taken up exclusively. All of you must have heard of this Skill India program. Right? You must have heard of this Accessible India campaign. On a wheelchair there is a photograph. So it says that any building should be having certain inbuilt features, like every woman would be bearing a child, at least 2 children in the entire life span. So that moment she needs a ramp, she needs a non-slippery floor, she needs the hand railing also. Fine. Everybody above 60 would be having knee problems. So now it's viewed as a universal design, it's not viewed as an exclusive thing.
Okay.
So that is the paradigm shift which has happened.
Excellent.
It's not seen as a Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan. We say that everybody in the surrounding should be going to the same school. We don't say people with disability to be going to the other school. So the government is targeting it in a way that it becomes an all-inclusive society. So this is the shift in perspective which has happened, especially after this 1995 Act. 2016 Act, RPWD Act, where this 21 disabilities came up. It has taken it up in a big way. But this is the paradigm shift. Like earlier, okay, separate services, now we are saying no, we'll broaden up our own views so that we can accommodate everybody.
Yeah.